All in all, we've just unwound an exposure to US Treasury bonds, and within about 60 seconds, we're going to have the ability to spend those funds anywhere in the world that MasterCard's accepted. And that can happen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was a portion of a video from BoF. And yes, deposit, earn, spend with a pure DeFi portal where you as an XRP holder will be able to earn yield with no reliance on a third party. The site will also have a real-world asset earn account. Wow. Join the waitlist. Seriously. They will launch Q1 of 2024 and maybe even before the XRP Ledger AMM, the automated market maker. This is a fully automated yield generation solution, self-custodial. You never give up custody. They're going to integrate with FUTUREVERSE. That's the huge Metaverse project that Ripple invested in. XRP, USDC, and the root token are all slated for this use. Finally, yield in a trustless manner. Ash Shilkin, the CEO, and I have a call set up for the 10th. And as a Yield Farmer Pro, he has an impressive fintech, banking, and credit card background. There's going to be an insured option as well with retail users welcome. Follow them on X at BOFXYZ. And so while they're going to concentrate on giving service to the retail holders, you've got Ripple, of course, focusing on the institutional holders. And good on Hong Kong for its active re-entry into the crypto sector. You see Ripple and Metako in Hong Kong at a policy summit. Jemmy, who lives in Hong Kong, and I have really been trying to get together for a while now. I'm about a month late in getting back to her on a date and time, but I'm really going to get that done this week.
But I want to get a vibe check from the panel here, starting with Adrian. 2019, everybody knows what happened in 2019. And then, of course, Hong Kong went through some crazy stuff during the pandemic. What are you seeing today in Hong Kong? What's exciting in 2023 as we are here in Singapore talking about Hong Kong?
I'm obviously biased, born and raised in Hong Kong, but I spend most of the time in the US. I really think Hong Kong is completely opposite of what's happening in America. In the US, it's almost sort of like you can't even say the word crypto. People are like scared. There's some like bad happen. But walk through this, or if you guys come visit Hong Kong, it's completely night and day. And I was reading this article earlier in Backstage about John Lee, who's the current chief executive, literally said that Hong Kong, he wants Hong Kong to be the #1 Web3 hub in the world. And in some sense, I think it already is.
That was a short clip from an event that just took place a couple of days ago in Singapore, my favorite crypto conference. That's Token 2049. And in my research, I did also find that the managing director of Ripple, Naveen Gupta, has backed a new project called Coinbasket and did so with the co-founder of Polygon and the former director of Binance. So much happening in this space. All right, there is an under-the-radar video that took place at Token 2049, and it's with CZ. He has some very important things to say about adoption. Have a listen.
But what do we need to get the next 100 million people into crypto, or the next billion into crypto?
I think today, to be very frank, it's actually fiat on-ramps, in my view.
Yep.
Because everybody's focused on different part of the problem. That's where we see rubber meets the road. With the tightening of regulations in the past, like in the early part of this year, we're seeing a lot of the traditional institutions that used to provide fiat on-ramps pulled away. But at the same time, we're seeing new ones coming in. Crypto doesn't need 100% adoption, right? Internet only has about 60% adoption globally. So we think everybody uses the internet, but based on some statistics that I saw recently, only 60% of people use internet globally. So if crypto is around what 5% adoption right now in terms of how many people who have some kind of crypto,
Yes,
maybe a bit higher than that now. We're like between 5 to 10% is where we say we cross the chasm, right? So I think we're pretty close to that. And once we cross the chasm, the growth goes exponential. So I think we're kind of on the verge of that. So we're still early. But we're not super early anymore. I think we're kind of getting close. For example, in Singapore, right? Singapore is crypto friendly, but because of the previous FTX issues, they're more conservative now. Well, they're careful to avoid those type of problems in the future. So Singapore's not open to crypto's not really open to retail users in a very limited fashion.
right.
Whereas Hong Kong says, well, we want to do better than that. So Hong Kong's crypto's open to retail users. But Hong Kong still have a limited number of coins that you can list, at least today, right? So there's still quite a restriction on the tokens that an exchange can list. Whereas this is the situation in Japan 6 years ago, right? So, but Japan's now opened up, saying, look, you can list hundreds of coins on your exchange, which Binance Japan lists. So we're seeing different progress in different countries in different places, and these are more of the financially developed countries. And then if you look at other countries like El Salvador doesn't have their own currency, right? They use the US dollar. So for them to adopt Bitcoin is much easier. So El Salvador, like, you have a very forward-thinking, progressive president, President Nayib, and then he makes everything happen.
Yep.
So Binance is also in El Salvador. So so we're seeing different things happening in different places.
Yeah.
Today, I found a Harvard Business School case study on Ripple. It's the business of the crypto case, an analysis and the solution. Harvard is famous for their case studies, and I imagine this could be used or very useful for their IPO valuation. I listed the 4-page outline on Twitter for everyone to look at. It's the Ripple 2023 Harvard Business School Case 724-372, August 2023. There is another Harvard case study in the selection that you can read. This one was by David Yuffie and George Gonzalez a couple of years ago. It's 24 pages, and yes, it's behind a paywall. I did buy it. And, well, what I found that really stood out is that David Schwartz is quoted as saying, we have to get other people to build things. And what he's talking about is on the XRP ledger. As you know, I keep saying it's all about the builders, 100%. And yes, it is for retail. That rumor that went around in the community for years was so incorrect. The not-for-profit XRP event that's being held at a beautiful resort on the Gold Coast of Australia, it's called the Wave of Innovation for the XRP holders and the XRP ecosystem, the greater ecosystem as a whole. They are going to focus on the builders. This event is really going to deliver. The prices are so good with the value that you'll receive. You'll have a lot of different choices of different packages, whether it's just maybe a pool party, or you come for just a Saturday, or you want to do the full 3-day event. It is designed for everyone to walk away with a huge amount of value.
Hey, I'm Jake, the founder of Ascent, an education platform where you can learn high-valued skills from the top 1% of achievers with a twist. So what is that twist? Well, rather than buying an online course with us like you would with any other e-learning platform, you buy one of the limited and exclusive access passes, which is an NFT, to access the course. And once you're done with the course, you can sell the access pass to someone else. This, in turn, creates a secondary market for online education. After all, when I finish reading a book, I can give it to a friend, gift it to charity, or sell it. So why shouldn't I be able to do the same with my online education? Ascent's blockchain elements are being built on the blockchain for data, Flare network. Personally, I'm really excited about F assets coming to the Flare network soon, which will add huge utility to XRP. As someone in education, I hope you enjoy the Wave of Innovation event and learn lots about the wonderful world of Web 3.